watchman, you do the preaching. You need a 7-year Sabbath for your land where you meet teaching. Sad Sunday deceiving. We camped out for 7 days in Sukkoth feasting.
Hallelujah. Let your esteem be made known in this place, Yahweh. Let your esteem be made known in this place, Yahweh. Let your hand be prevalent in this place, Yahweh. Hallelujah. Use your servants, your humble servants, as you see fit, Yahweh. Let us be acceptable in your sight, Yahweh. In word as well as in deed, Yahweh. We praise you, Yahweh. We honor you, Yahweh. We esteem you high. You chose us, Yahweh. You chose us, Yahweh. You called us, Yahweh. But you didn't have to do it. We don't say that boastfully. You didn't have to call us, Yahweh. You didn't have to choose us, Yahweh. We take not for granted. We take not for granted the work that you're doing in us. And not just in us, but in your people, Yahweh. In the people that have submitted their lives to you, Yahweh. In the people that have said, I refuse to live like the world. It is those people that you have allowed to come in and do whatever it is that they do. Be a light. Being a light in a dark world. As you are a light unto our feet. A lamp unto our feet, and a light unto our path. We take not for granted the mercy that you showed us to get us here. Whether it had been sexual immorality, whether it had been witchcraft, whether it had been a deceptive heart, whatever high level of carnality we partook in before now, Toda, for pardoning us, so we can be here to serve you the way you see fit. Toda Yah, Toda Yah, Toda Yah, Toda Yah. For you are good, and your mercy endures forever. Baruch atah Adonai Yahuwah, Gadol Malach Haolam. Great are you, Yahuwah, ruler of the universe. Amen. Amen. Hallelujah.
You got a song?
Hallelujah.
Yeah.
Hallelujah.
Got a song?
We sing praises to your name. Oh, yeah. Praises to your name. Oh, yeah. For your name is great and greatly to be praised. We sing praises to your name. Oh, yeah. Praises to your name. Oh, yeah. For your name is great and greatly to be praised. Hallelujah to your name. Oh, yeah. Hallelujah to your name. Oh, yeah. For your name is great and greatly to be praised. Hallelujah to your name. Oh, yeah. Hallelujah to your name. Oh, yeah. For your name is great and greatly to be praised. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. Barak you.
Hallelujah.
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 Toda Yahweh. Toda Yahweh. Thank you, Father.
Hallelujah.
Thank you, Father.
Hallelujah.
Hallelujah. Hallelujah. Thank you, Father. Thank you, Father. Praise be unto you.
We give honor to your name.
Yes.
Oh, yeah. We give honor to your name. Oh, yeah. For your name is great and greatly to be praised. We give honor to your name. Oh, yeah. Honor to your name. Oh, yeah. For your name is great and greatly to be praised.
Hallelujah.
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 Thank you, Father.
Hallelujah.
Thank you,
So
Father.
good.
Hallelujah.
That's Sister Rue.
Yes.
Hallelujah.
Yes.
Hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
Barak Yahweh.
Thank you, Father.
You're so good.
Hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
Yes, sir.
All right.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Shalom, shalom, beloved Mishpakas.
Shalom,
Shalom, shalom. Hey, Shah Dre, Brother Dre, Aksha, your brother Shah, all coming to you live from home in Alabama. I'm so excited. I got the Akeem here this morning. This is really our first ministry meeting since Shashai passed.
Yeah, for real. For
That's
real.
a year now.
Yeah, yep.
So Barak Yahuwah in the house with
Jimmy J all day, aka Yaakov. Hallelujah.
Yaakov.
Yeah.
And y'all.
Barak Yahuwah. Hallelujah. Hallelujah.
How you spell that anyway? How you spell that?
AYAL. Y'all.
AYAL. Yeah. Okay. So that's Olive Yod. AY. Is that Olive? Is that Ayin or Olive? Ayal. Yeah. How you-
Olive.
Olive. Okay. Yeah. Olive. Olive Yod. Olive. Y'all. Lamed. Yeah.
Come on. Hallelujah. And that means ram, right? Ram of
Yah.
Yah.
Yeah.
Ram of Yah.
Yeah,
Hallelujah.
I was wondering about that. I was like, nobody ain't saying that wrong.
Hallelujah. All right, Barak Yahuwah. So, Mishpaka, this was a last minute decision to go live. We had planned to meet this morning for a ministry meeting. Just talking about what we're going to be doing going forward. And it was, I woke up kind of early and was preparing for the Akeem to come over and everything. And Yahuwah, I believe it was Ruth that put it on me to go live with it. And I really don't know why. Because, most of the time, going forward, more than likely we'll do these type of meetings private.
Yeah.
But I believe that I'm not trying to pretend like I know, but I know what I sensed.
Yeah.
And I know it wasn't anything I planned to do.
Right.
But it was, so I told Akeem, we were talking before we started the video and praying. We went into prayer. And then after that, I told them, hey, I really sensed that we need to go live. And they were okay with it. So here we are. All right.
Yeah.
So what we're doing, we're going to just discuss some ministry going forward. We have some specific topics that we're going to talk about, and I truly believe, I'm sensing inside, that one of the reasons that Abba wanted us to do this live is because maybe this is a help for Yasharal to bring that focus back in.
Yeah.
Because we need to be seeking Yahuwah's face in his heart and what is it that he wants, and not us being led by the things going on in the world. We're supposed to be dictating, not being dictated to.
You're right. Well, I feel that.
We're not supposed to be moved. We're not supposed to be moved here and there based on what's going on around us. That's what followers do. But we're not followers. We're leaders.
Yeah.
The leaders are supposed to be the ones setting the momentum and setting the stage, not being dragged into by the stage being set all in the world.
Right.
The leaders are supposed to know what Yahuwah is saying.
God.
Supposed to know what he wants. Supposed to know what his heart is. and know what his desire is and know what his will is, and not supposed to be distracted by all the things going on that everybody's trying to throw at us.
Right.
We're supposed to be affecting them, not
Yeah,
them
not vice
affecting
versa.
us.
Right. And so that's what Yahuwah is leading you to discuss on this
Yes.
live today.
Yes.
Okay, right, Yahuwah. I like it.
I
I like it.
Yeah.
Because you're right. That's you hit the nail on the head. You know, a lot of times Yahuwah deals with me, has been dealing with me for years now about emotion, about mindset, and about influence. You know, he's dealing with me heavy, even when I was in Christianity. He has dealt with me so heavy on how easily it is for us to be influenced by the outside world, by wickedness, you know what I'm saying, and things of the like. And I think this is something that we do not take seriously enough. Because at the end of the day, we are influenced by something. You can say I'm my own man all you want to. I don't mean to be aggressive.
Go
you know
with it.
what I'm saying?
Go with it.
You can be, but you can say you're your own man all you want to. There is something or somebody that is influencing your direction,
That's right.
and you can't get around it.
You can't.
It's not. There's nothing you can do about it. What you can do is be intentional about what you allow to influence you. That's what you can do. And so, in order to do that, we must focus on our mental health, our mindset. You know what I'm saying, and just how we, like I said, allow the world to influence us. You know, not letting certain not letting certain things, certain music, you know what I'm saying, come in or whatever. If you like a little R&B here and there, okay, you know what I'm saying. I'm not gonna come down on anybody that listens to secular music. What I am saying is that at the end of the day, that secular music has spirits attached to it. Period. And the more you listen to it, the more it will get into you. And then now it literally changes the way your brain thinks. You thinking is you just thinking your own thoughts. No, you are being influenced by what you're listening to, by what you're exposing yourself to. And Yasharal has a bad habit of exposing himself to a lot of things that they ain't got no business exposing themselves to.
Truth.
And that's just real. So it's important, going back to what I said, it's important that we not allow everything that goes on, you know, in the outside world to affect what we think Yahuwah is showing us. You know, we think Yahuwah is telling us to go this direction, you know, not realizing that really it's just this current event that's leading us to go this direction. You know what I'm saying? And this is stuff we don't want to talk about. We got to talk about this.
Got to talk about it.
We got to talk about this. You know what I'm saying? There's a reason why the Bible. I'm sorry. I'm not talking too much. There's a reason why. There's a reason why the scripture refers to his people as sheep. There's a reason why he refers to it as sheep, because sheep, they kind of follow whoever is leading them, and they may not really understand who that somebody is. If that makes sense.
Ooh, wow.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does.
You know, the role of the leader. So we kind of, if they seem okay, then the sheep will just follow that shepherd.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? Without really any question. We're the same way.
And when the blind lead the blind, what happens?
Or they fall in the ditch.
Go ahead. Keep going. Throw that in there.
Yeah. Exactly. You know what I'm saying? All humans have a sheep type of mentality. I'm gonna just like that right there. Because once again, like I said, we're all influenced. We're all influential. Influenceable. We're all influenceable. All of us. We're all influenceable. But who are we allowing to influence us?
Hallelujah.
Go ahead. This is good.
Hallelujah. Appreciate that. All right, so Barak Yahuwah, that was good. I sense the root so strong. Thank y'all for coming.
Yeah.
I love it. I always love it when the Akeem come. We don't get together as much as I'd like for us to, because we all got stuff. But I'm just praying that Abba just works that out, because I love being around y'all, man.
Love being around.
Likewise.
If I can take you up on that offer, you said who you being influenced by.
Yeah.
Man, this is weird stuff. A few weeks ago, maybe about a week and a half ago, I'd say about 2 weeks ago, I was asleep, and just the wickedness tried to draft me in the music industry into like a satanic covenant in the dream.
Yeah.
But it was real, and I feel like if I had submitted, that would have worried me to death. Maybe 4 nights ago, a man sat there while I was resting, and he said, "Why don't you just start back selling dope?"
Wow.
Just told me vaguely.
Yeah.
And when I woke up, I was like, God, dog.
Right. Right.
You know what I'm saying? I'm just trying to relate to what you're saying. What's influencing you?
What's influencing you?
A lot of people don't realize what's influencing them because they so caught up in wickedness. And some of them ain't.
Right.
If you're not paying attention, and you know what I'm saying, you just going on nonchalantly, you don't believe that this walk is that intense.
Right. It ain't that serious, man. Whew,
You'll get caught up. So we gotta be aware.
We gotta be aware, and that's so true. We have to be aware. You know, I love how you said that. You said we have this thing where we don't think like it's that serious. We don't think it's really that serious, and that's where the enemy gets us the boast.
That's right.
That's how he is. Not that we're excessively wicked. We don't think it's that serious.
Right.
And so that's the crack that he can slide into, and cause us to really kind of do whatever. You know what I'm saying? That we can use the whole Nike thing for example. We can use the Nike thing for example. A lot of people in Yasharal probably don't feel it's that serious. You know what I'm saying? Because it's just a shoe, right? You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Not realizing, not taking into account. Yeah, okay. Yahoo was dealing with me about what offends him before I walked in here.
Oh, wow.
So it's funny we're going here.
Wow.
So I'm gonna just flow. Can I flow?
Yes, you can.
Hallelujah.
Yes, you can.
We think we use Nike for example. It's just a shoe, right? It's just a shoe. We don't take into account of what offends Yahuwah and how that plays a role in why we even move what we do as far as not saying days of the week or something like that. You know, to a Nike. We don't think about the fact that the people that made that created that, was influenced by that very deity. That very deity. I said it. I didn't know how to say it. I'm sorry. But forgive me, Yahoo. But was influenced by the demon of flight, which bears that very same name, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes.
Which bears the very same name. So why does that matter? If you look into scripture, it is clear. Even when we talk about Joshua, I think it's 11 or whatever, I think it might be 7 or 8. But when Achan took the Babylonian garment, to the Babylonian garment, and Yasharal, they couldn't beat who was that?
AI.
They couldn't beat AI.
It was AI.
I think I'm gonna say it was because they faced Jericho, they beat them. Achan took the Babylonian garment. You know what I'm saying? After Yahuwah said, "Hey, don't take nothing unless it's something that I told you to take, like the gold and the silver. Other than that, everything else must go." Right? Achan took the Babylonian garment because it was a curse. We just glance over that. Right. If something is a curse, that means that there's something attached to that thing.
That's right.
What is attached to that thing that makes it a curse? 9 times out of 10, it was offered to a deity of some kind.
Oh, you're going out. You're going. Ooh.
9 times out of 10, I'm pretty confident it was offered to some kind of deity. So with that, so now we have to think to ourselves, okay, so if this thing was a curse and it caused not only Yasharal to lose battles, but Achan and his family, his life, then it's safe to say that Yahuwah has a real issue against idolatry and against false deities. You know what I'm saying? And that's just one example of why or how Yahuwah is so against idolatry. And so fast forward to today and to what we're talking about right now, we have to be very conscious of these things and not play things light, because Yahuwah is offended when we yield to certain things. Let me rephrase that. There are certain things that Yahuwah is offended by. And we shouldn't yield to those things because of that. Me personally, I'm not watching Black Panther. If I'm using that as an example. I'm not watching Black Panther. Because the power source of that Black Panther guy is based off an Egyptian deity. And I won't say his name. But because I know that Yahuwah is so offended by our acknowledgement and our yielding to fake Yahuwahs, false deities.
Come on, come with it.
I can't, this is me. I can't in good conscience just be like, yeah, I'm going to see Black Panther, Wakanda forever, you feel me? Yeah. Because I know that my father, the one that I say I love so much, I know that he is seeing this thing as like, no. This is not right. I'm not pleased with this. It is that serious. And we have to make sure that we play it that serious. Because if we don't, then we're gonna by default and subsequently end up leaning toward things that will remove the hedge of protection that Yahuwah has over us.
Ooh, I'm taking notes out because this is good. All right, so accursed things, hedge of protection. Hedge of protection. All right, before I go any further, we're going to talk about what you just talked about. We're still going to go into our ministry business items, but we're going to talk about that. Tada Abba for your.
I mean, we don't have to. I feel like this is why.
Yeah.
We don't have to talk about business. I realize that true enough, but this is good.
Well, there's some things that we'll just flow with. We'll just flow with it. I do want to say right now, can you all let us know, please, if you can hear us okay? And I'm going to check the camera real quick to see if there's any comments that you can't hear. Prayerfully, y'all can hear everything all right. Let's check that real quick. Okay, appreciate it. We're going to move right in. I want to focus on some of the things that you said, like things that offend Yahuwah, and us. So the key is us caring about offending Yahuwah.
Man.
Right, so
what? And we don't. I'm
just trying to wait for you to see.
Yeah. I'm trying to.
If there's anything.
Sometimes
can you see anyone responding?
Yeah, people just are coming in watching. It's hard. It tends to mess up.
Yeah, I hate when my phone does that. As long as there's no comments about we can't hear you, then we're good.
Right. Yes, and next side.
And I'm gonna go ahead and ask, because while Jacob's over there on the camera, can somebody give him a shot real quick and say, "Hey, yes, we can hear you," or "No, we can't." Loud and clear, or speak up, or can't hear you at all. Something, anything.
Malaka says, "Well, we hear you fine."
Good. Okay.
Toda Malaka.
Tada. All right. So, a couple of things that you mentioned are very important. We're Tada before you're rude. Hakadash. Tada. Abba wants us to care about what offends him.
Yeah.
It is not about bondage.
Right.
It's not about you can't do this, you can't do that. Don't. Right. That's not what it's about. Sometimes it seems like that. Do you know why it seems like that?
I do.
Because we're involved in so much mess. If we weren't involved in so much mess, we wouldn't have to always hear, don't do this, don't do that. But he's a loving father. We have to get our mindset out of that that religious freedom we've been taught. There's a difference between freedom in Yahuwah and religious freedom. Religious freedom, the freedom of that, in particular the Christian religion, the freedom of that religion will let you do what you want to do. But Yahuwah, that's nowhere in his book. That's nowhere coming from his Ruach HaKodesh, and nowhere in his written book for the ones that love the writing so much.
Right.
I love the writing, and I love the voice of the Ruach that makes these writings alive, because we got people that are reading these books and we still caught up in all type of heathen foolishness, and we reading that book every day because there's no spirit. Yahuwah cares about how we live. There's a certain way we are supposed to live before him. It's not about just putting on a cute head wrap. and wearing fringes, which I wear every day.
Every day.
Matter of fact, you don't have no business teaching in Yasharal if you don't at least wear fringes or zis. Why are you even teaching? If you can't do the basic thing, then what are you doing teaching anybody? A leader in Yasharal and you won't even do the basic stuff?
God.
This is basic.
God.
Won't even do that, but you got a YouTube channel.
I feel like you had something you wanted to
Go
say.
ahead, Al.
I was just gonna say, even if you say that you in the walk, you should be wearing them.
Right, right.
Because he gave you direct
That's
commandments.
commandment. That's right there with no pork.
Come.
Everybody.
Everyone. But especially if you call yourself a leader.
Uh-oh. But here we go. It ain't that serious. You know what I'm saying? It ain't. We don't. We're covered by the blood of Yahusha. We even get that in Yasharal. Like, because of Yahusha, we ain't got. It's not that serious.
Christianity.
Anything that Yahuwah said out of his mouth to Masha is that serious.
Mm-hmm.
Did Yahuwah say it? It's that serious.
That's serious. So the key is here.
And I want to touch on something that you said too. But go ahead.
No, go ahead.
No, you can go ahead.
Okay.
I'll wait.
The key is we need to care about what offends Yahuwah. See, and what we caring about Kyrie and we caring about Ye and we caring about all this stuff. We care about anytime somebody says something black, we care. They make a movie that features black people. Hollywood made that movie, by the way. There's an agenda. They make a movie called Black Panther, and because it's featuring black people, blacks go nuts. You know why? Because we're stupid. Do you know what they do to us? Every time it seems like we can make some momentum in something that matters, like righteousness, they throw us a bone. Because they know when they throw us a bone, those idiots are going to bite. That's what they see us as. They see us as idiots. That toys they can play with. So they throw us a bone. Whether it's a Nas X, a Lil Wayne,
Or Thanksgiving.
Another idolatrous holiday, whatever it is.
Yeah.
Whatever it is, they just throw us a bone. They continually throw black people a bone. You know why? Because they know that we're dumb enough to bite.
And we'll find a reason to justify it.
And then we'll come against our people that come against it.
Like we tripping. You know what I'm saying?
So it's caring about what offends Yahuwah. That is of the utmost importance if we say that we are the people of the book. If we truly believe that we're the people of the book, what offends Yahuwah is supposed to offend us. We're supposed to care about what offends him. Most of us that grew up in religion grew up learning not to care about what offends him because we're free and we're under grace. And all we got to do is just believe. All we got to do is just buy our neighbor some groceries.
Right.
And it's all good.
It's all good.
But that's not what he says. A circumcised heart cares about what offends him. And when we care about what offends him, then we do our best to adjust our life to not offend him. It's not that he's hard. His way is easy. What we need to understand is what's hard is our captivities. What's hard is all the poison that has been brought to us. What's hard is all the ways of the heathen that we've taken on. We've become just like the very thing that Yahuwah despises. And that's why he has to take time to clean us. That's why it seems like, well, every time you're talking about something I shouldn't do. Yeah, because you're doing a bunch of stuff you shouldn't do.
Right. How far does that rabbit hole go, man?
That's
deep.
why.
It goes deep.
But it does not have to always be like that. You know why it will be always like that for some? Because some would never change. Because it's not in their heart to change.
Stay above it again.
It's in their heart to just do what they want to do. But we have to get to the point. You started it off with that, and I had to write that down. We have to care about what offends Yahuwah.
Okay. And you know what? One of the things that come to mind when I think about why things offend Yahuwah. Before I go here, let me say this real quick. I made a post saying how great it was that Yasharal is getting all this media attention. I think it's awesome. I think it's awesome that Yasharal is getting all this media attention. It's shining a light on the truth concerning his people, and it's showing that, and showing lay people, regular folk that probably would never even looked at this kind of stuff. Like, wait a minute, what's this information?
Right.
You know, and for those who are truly about righteousness, is giving them opportunity to say, yeah, we're the people, but this is, you know, saying, let me show you what we should be doing. You know what I'm saying? Let me show you. It's giving us opportunity to really minister to people that we wouldn't otherwise be able to minister to. So I'll be remiss if I didn't say that. But with that being said, we can't allow our emotions of, let the blackness of it all, because the narrative that they're pushing isn't righteousness. The narrative that they're pushing is based off bloodline and flesh. Concerning Kyrie, touching Kyrie and Ye. You know what I'm saying? Touching that topic real quick. That's not something that Yahuwah wants us to be concerned about. You know what I'm saying? Are they crucifying Kyrie? Yeah, they are. Are they doing too much to the man? Yeah, they are. But what are we supposed to be focused on for real? The righteousness of Yahuwah. And allowing these things that are coming out to be an opportunity for us to really push righteousness. Not bloodline, not black people are the true Jews. That has its place. It's righteousness. And now segueing to what I want to say concerning the offense of Yahuwah. It's important. This topic is important. Righteousness above bloodline, because Enoch came before Moshe, right? Mm-hmm. Okay. So in the book of Enoch, it talks about watchers, and it talks about how these watchers came down from the mountain. I think it was what mountain was that? Harmon. You know what I'm saying? And influenced the daughters of men and humanity as a whole to do wickedness. It is these watchers that have brought down here something that we wasn't supposed to be exposed to begin with.
Right. That's right.
And you can put whatever you want in that underline. So when we look at that, not going too deep into that conversation, but when we look at that and we look at the punishment that the watchers had and have behind what they did to humanity, it's easy for me to connect the dots and say Yahuwah is not pleased with, sleeping with your mother's or your father's wife, not whatever, witchcraft, whatever the case may be, because of the influence and the origin of where these things come from. The same reason why we talk about not celebrating holidays. Mm-hmm. Yahuwah sees the origin of a thing. We may not, but Yahuwah sees the origin of a thing. And this is one of the many reasons why Yahuwah is like, no, don't do that. No, don't touch that. No, don't yield yourself to that. Because this thing was literally created to take you away from me.
Mm-hmm. Come on, that's good. That's good.
This is literally exactly what it's made for. Is to get you to yield to a spirit that wants to keep your eye off the ball, or that wants you to worship him instead of me. This is what you were saying. We have to understand that all these Greek Elohim and Egyptian Elohim and Hindu Elohim, these are all just spirits that want to be worshipped. I'm confident about that. These are spirits that want to be worshipped, and with that come actions and practices and tangibles.
Just like with worshiping Yahuwah comes actions, tangibles. Go ahead.
No, that's good. I might just give it on to you, because that's basically what it boils down to. We don't talk about and explain why Yahuwah is saying the things he said. I think that's why I like talking about correlating science, some portions of science, with the scriptures, because it's so amazing to me how Yahuwah some 4,000, 5,000, 6,000 years ago said don't eat pork, And here we are now talking about how pork can cause high blood pressure and ultimately lead you to having a heart attack.
Brain worms,
Brain worms.
tumors, and all
That amazes me. That amazes me. Yahuwah knew what was good for us before we knew what was good for us.
Now here's what we do as humans.
Mm-hmm.
We'll go vegan.
Mm-hmm.
We'll start having chest pains and go to the doctor, and the doctor tells us to cut back on the pork,
Mm-hmm.
and we'll do it.
We'll do it.
But we won't do it because Yahuwah said it.
Mm-hmm. Right. And that's where we fall short. That's the problem. I stopped eating pork long before I knew anything about any of that stuff I'm just talking about right there.
Right.
But to go to the point, Yahuwah isn't just saying stuff just to be saying it.
That's right.
There are things that offend him. They offend him because they come from entities that are against him.
And this is key. Everything that offends Yahuwah hurts us. Everything that offends him hurts us.
Because he loved us first.
He loves us.
He loved us first. Just like him creating everything. That's a lot of work. But then he gave it under the hand of man.
That's right.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, he stopped our forefather from sacrificing his own son. You can't do that, but I do that.
Right.
He loved us first.
That's right.
That's,
That's good. It's all about love.
It is.
Nothing from him is about being mean.
It is.
It's about love.
I love it.
If we could just get that. So I want to talk a little bit about what you talked about with the accursed thing. I want to go back to Achan for a minute. It's very important that we understand. See, when Achan, the reason Achan had to die is because Yahuwah gave the law that anything that was accursed had to be destroyed.
Oh.
So when the children, when our ancestors went into these lands to conquer, there were some places they can take stuff, but there were some places that were accursed, and they couldn't touch nothing. They had to burn everything with fire. And the law said that if anything that's accursed must be destroyed, and anyone that touches the accursed thing becomes accursed. That's why Achan had to die. That's the reason. That's the sole reason that he had to die, because he became accursed because he touched the accursed thing.
You remember what scripture that is?
It's I have to look at it. It's in Deuteronomy where he talks about some of the laws of war.
Okay.
And we can see it clearly when they took those 7 nations out, and where he told them, "Don't touch nothing." Saul, remember he told Saul?
Yeah.
He told him.
Yeah, he did.
He said, "Don't touch nothing."
He said,
But there were some places where he said, "Take the gold,
yeah.
take the women and the children,
Right.
get rid of the men, take the women and children, take their spoils," because those places weren't accursed.
Right.
But there were some places that were so despicable to him that he completely accursed it. You touch it, and you become accursed like it. And that's the reason why Achan had to die. Because when he touched it, he became accursed, and his whole house became accursed. It said it took him, his wife, his children, and everything that belonged to them outside the camp. Killed them, and then burned them with fire.
Wow, because of the spirit that he was attached to.
The spirit he was attached to. And Joshua, Husha, when he confronted Achan, he called him son.
Yeah.
He said son.
Yeah.
He said, son, just confess. What did you do?
Right.
And then he said, why have you troubled us?
Why have you troubled us?
He didn't have no mercy.
Yeah. Why have you troubled us? Come on.
We're not supposed to have mercy on this stuff. We're supposed to be loving and compassionate to all of our people. But we are not supposed to have mercy and stutter step at dealing with wickedness. Because it's the wickedness that got us in the position we're in the first place.
It's real.
That's what got us here. And now we want to play with it?
Yeah.
I can understand if we don't know no better. But we got people wanting to play with it that call themselves bruised. And not only that, some that call themselves leaders.
Right.
I got a big problem with fleshly leadership.
Your mom can come in.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
I got a big problem with fleshly leadership. I'm going to tell you why. Because if you got fleshly leadership, the people don't have a chance.
It's real.
They don't got a chance. If you wicked, if you're fleshly, if you're carnal, and you leading them, they look to you.
Right.
You cursed.
And you cursing them. I got a big problem. See, I don't got the big problem with the young man and the young woman that's out there living like they don't need to be living because they don't know no better.
Right.
That's not the problem. The problem is that oftentimes their behavior is being fueled by people who know better. And you are what you're doing is you're setting yourself up for great judgment. Because Yahusha talked about when you hurt these little ones. He talked about the wicked shepherds that scatter the sheep. People that are not taking care of and training and teaching. All you want to talk about is black. But you're not teaching the people to live righteously.
Right.
Yahuwah got a problem with that.
Right.
You gonna stand before Yahusha with your Hebrew garb on and might be shocked at the outcome of your judgment.
Come on.
Come here, mama. Please come here, mama. My mom just walked in. I want to introduce y'all to my precious mother. Please, she don't like the camera. Come on, mama.
We some watchmen, you do the preaching. You need a 7-year Sabbath for your land where you meet.